Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Completes it to Watt. He got 29 yards that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And an alley to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, 5. And it will not be a return touchdown, as close as he could possibly get. He's finally stopped at the 1.
And, partner, not only is he kicking himself right now, he's going to petition the league for 99-yard fields. That's almost not fair to get it that far and not get into the end zone. Nevertheless, a great return.
Lock's going to sneak it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Brissett now. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And the Chargers first down. Here we go, G. Get off the field. Slam, slam. Pick the edge. Come. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's go. Let's set.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. This is Pittsburgh. Exit. It's coming this way. Here we go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brissett. That's complete to Darboh. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield. That's Gordon. 2nd and goal. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out. But they'll do so fatigued.
This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Go. Yo, fast, big grip.
On first down, Locke. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Come on, set. 70, Indy. Go. March 49. Watch QB drop. 5.
On first and 10, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. He gets nothing on back-to-back runs, so now you're dealing with a 3rd and 10 and probably a passing play.
I would agree with that, and I would highly suggest to the play caller, check a different part of that section on your play sheet, because His first 2 runs didn't help you.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Desmond King back deep. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Again to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Gordon. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taken in at the 11. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 5 now. Block, eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go, baby.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Derek Wolfe with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Clock now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Locke. Buying time to his left. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete. It's Gordon. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action with Brissett. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, D. Chance.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
First carry for Austin Eckler, who's a Colorado native. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That second down play nets a -4. Play action now, Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe try.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie, and that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Lock now on first down. Flush to his right. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ricky.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base. All day, baby. All day. Hey!
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Go! 49 to Mike. Bravo. Check. Mike's 49. Get it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Locke working out of the gun. Bryant has it, and he's going to get this inside the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
That's another Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 27.
Locke going to bring the offense up first and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Locke now to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jerry Tillery able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Locke going to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Hey. 49 the mic, watch 49.
To throw on third down. Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Yep. And let's
orbit. Ready.
On second down, here's Locke. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Broncos on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Locke looks to throw it again, and that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And that is no good. He pulled it just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown on the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before.
Now Locke, he lost the football to town and picked up by the Chargers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Open space inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On second down, Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Play fake. Brissett. And Allen's got it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Brissett now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Gordon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 39. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Gets it to Gordon. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
Set up, 50, plant.
Hey, here we go.
Smooth.
Mike's 49. Tighten up.
Go.
Pull it together. 49. 49.
Now this time Locke will throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Locke now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
5.
49's the Mike. Mike's 49.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Man, I got you. 49.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Snap.
Back to throw. Locke. Escaping the press. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
We got 4. Let it go. 24 is the mic. Let's get the ball. Out. Wait.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's Brian Anger now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
One final try for Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost fell schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for our visitors, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to